So I'm down in Florida right now and not trying to gloat. So I'm not back in Michigan recording this. That's why the sound isn't as good as it could be. I'm just recording this on my laptop, not back in my studio with my nice microphone. But this is just a lowly podcast, so who cares, right? In any event, I was walking the beach, again, not trying to gloat. Now, it should have been sort of a calm, nice walk on the beach, but here I am thinking about the future of warfare. And then it suddenly sort of dawned upon me, something I wanted to sort of run by people on YouTube, my loyal listeners, and see what your guys and gals, potentially, what your thoughts are. And that is, I was thinking about the history of technology in warfare, and obviously it's played a fundamental role. If we take a look at, for instance, Philip of Macedon and his technological improvements to his heavy infantry, particularly the spear, right? He increased the length of the spear, and that was a huge difference maker in terms of warfare. And now, obviously, he made changes to his battle tactics, but the technological improvements he made, especially to the spear, allowed him to overrun Greece. Do you think that would have happened had he not made those? I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have. And then, a later example with Rome. Now, Carthage at that time was really the greatest navy in the Mediterranean and one of the greatest navies of all time. They were pretty much unmatched. And the Roman fleet had no business fielding a navy against the Carthaginians. I mean, no chance, right? But they created a new technology, the Corvus. It was very simple, but it worked. It was effective. It neutralized the Carthaginian navy and allowed the Romans to turn the tide in the First Punic War. A more recent example, we might take a look at World War II and the development of sonar. Now, before that, the German U-boat fleet was wreaking havoc in the Atlantic. I mean, they absolutely nearly cut off all the trade between America and the UK. I mean, it was becoming a huge, huge issue. And then they made improvements to sonar. I think they came up with sonar buoys, all these things. And suddenly they were able to detect those U-boats and pinpoint depth charges. And it was a big game changer. It changed the course of the war. It's not really talked about, but it's a huge, huge change, a point of change in World War II. So I guess where I'm going with this, and what I wanted to ask you is, are we at a tipping point in terms of technology? It's accelerating. And I know everybody's looking at the news. We see new developments in AI, new developments in robots. And are we sort of getting to a point of no return? And what I mean by that is, in the past, a country or a nation or civilization might get ahead technologically, but another nation would come along and then make technological improvements, and then they would become the dominant power. But I'm sort of thinking now we might be at the point of no return in the next 30 to 40 years. And what I mean is, let's say, for instance, China. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. There's obviously huge competition going on right now between India, China, US, Russia. All these powers are trying to develop their technology. But let's just say, for instance, China wins out. I'm just hypothetically saying that. And they got so far ahead in AI, all these things. Could we catch them? Is there a point of no return? And if they develop some autonomous kill robots or whatever, something like out of the movie Terminator, would we be able to defeat that? And I guess that's what I'm asking you guys for your thoughts. What do you think about that? Are we at a dangerous crossroads in human history? And could this suddenly become sort of, my robots are fighting your robots, and whoever wins is the ultimate victor? And at that point, will it really matter? Will they even care about us if they develop some AI that's capable of, sort of, to steal the lingo from the Terminator universe, become self-aware? Will they even care about any humans? And, these are sort of the things that Elon Musk and others have warned us about, that we could be at a dangerous tipping point where if you get ahead technologically, so far ahead, it might not be, they could just literally take over the world. Could another nation catch up at that point? I don't know. And so I guess that's what I'm asking you guys. I'd be really interested to see your comments, and I'll try to respond as usual to as many of them as I can. Thanks.